able to see on the front page, this video streaming will be starting. So please unmute, please mute your speaker for that, so that we don't need to able to hear each other. So this is the main idea, that this call is that we can be able to understand about what exactly Scandinavia mean, what are different countries, how to explore it, and it's our small effort so that we can be able to create awareness and give honest and clear information to all my colleagues and my friends and customers who have joined it across the globe. So on behalf of Intiamatkat, Finland, I again welcome all my partners, customers, and travel industry experts, those who have joined from different parts of India. This is an effort where we can be able to explore about the Scandinavia. I will introduce myself again. My name is Hiram Kulkarni. I am originally born and brought up in India, in Pune, Maharashtra, but settled here in Finland in a small city called Tampere. It's quite a beautiful city. It is the second largest city in Finland, and I head and I manage the Intiamatkat operations here in Finland, along with my other colleagues. You might have met our Indian counterpart as well, Indian head. So Dhanika Savarkar ma'am is there. My other colleague Lokesh is there. My other colleague Sheetal is there, and my all other team members are there from Avantika as well as Gauri, those who have joined from India Pune office. Uh, so we'll go through this briefly. So again, welcome back, and we are starting with the webinar. Yeah. Can I request Lokesh? Can you continue with the slides so that we can be able to explore? And please feel free to ask questions during this process. And if you have any question, just unmute your microphone. That's a practicality. On the right hand side here, you can be able to see that there is a one microphone button is there. You can just press it so that it can be unmuted. And again, once you ask the question, you can again go back to the mute mode. सर्वांना विनंती अशी आहे की तुमची जी मायक्रोफोन म्यूट बटन आहे तुम्ही प्रेस करू शकता आणि अनम्यूट करू शकता थँक्यू व्हेरी मच. Thank you. Lokesh, can I request you to continue, please?
Yes, sir. Where is the slides? Slides. So.
So we are not able to see the slides.
Oh, but I can see it very clearly. Maybe we can ask others. Can't you see the screen? Can't you see the screen?
This one. Yeah. Now.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah. Now I can see, sir.
Excellent. Very good. Okay.
Yeah.
So before we start, we will give just a brief part of what exactly is Scandinavia, and actually those who know, maybe some information may be repeating for you, but then we will go into the detail, amazing experiences that we can be able to take across these 4 beautiful countries: Finland, Sweden, Denmark, Norway, and also Iceland. So these are very beautiful scenic countries. Normally those people who visit the Europe, I guess Western Europe is well known, famous for its history, culture, scenery. Switzerland is known for that. But Scandinavia is way apart from that. It's a class apart, and it's mainly because of its nature and high quality of life. So just to give a background behind that part, high quality of life means the human development index of all these 4 major countries, namely Finland, Sweden, Denmark, and Norway, is at the top 5. These are quite rich countries, and more importantly, that means also they are expensive countries. but it's a worth visiting these countries in the life. It's a must do attraction. So Lokesh, now I guess you can see it now, and please go ahead and let me know.
So can you tell everyone, please click on the CC slide so they can watch the presentation.
Okay, yes, very good. Okay. So my question, my request to everyone that below that you can be able to see the CCE as one of the window. Just click on that so that you can be able to make it full screen, and then you can see the slides which are there. So I request everyone, सभी को एक गुजारिश है कि आपको एक नीचे हमारे काफी सारे दोस्त जो हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं उसमें एक CCE नाम की विंडो है, वहां अगर क्लिक करने के बाद आपको ये सब स्लाइड्स देखने को मिलेगी. Okay, Lokesh, please continue. Lokesh, you are on mute.
Yeah.
हॅलो
Yes.
सर स्लाइड
Hello.
दिसत नाहीये मला
हा काय बोला कोण म्हणताय
स्लाइड दिसत नाहीये
खालती तुम्हाला विंडो दिसत का बऱ्याचशा खालती
विंडो आहे पण त्यात सीसी कुठंच नाहीये
बर तुम्ही जरा बघता का जरा कारण की सीसी नावाची विंडो एक आहे त्यामध्ये एक मला
नाही
दिसते
इंडिया मॅट कट वगैरे आहे
सीसी नावाची
नाही ना सीसी नाहीये कुठे
बरं तुम्ही मोबाईलवरनं बोलताय का तुम्ही याच्यावरनं बघताय
मोबाईल
हा मोबाईल
अँड्रॉइड फोनवर
काय होतं की त्या विंडो बऱ्याच खाली असतात कारण की आता आपल्या बरोबर इथं 22 स्टुडंट आहेत सगळे म्हणून 22 त्यामुळे तुम्हाला खालतीपर्यंत जाईपर्यंत कदाचित वेळ लागेल त्याला ऍक्च्युली युनिट टू
Hello.
येस वेलकम येस एनी क्वेश्चन
I think the window which is already open, that is CCE only.
करेक्ट
Scandinavia, northern part of Europe.
that's all so you
Yeah.
just
So I
make it
think you can tell the other.
yes exactly so practically the window which is open right now in front of everyone
Yeah.
for example let's say for example here I can keep on changing the other windows as well so just click on the window which is there you are right thank you ma'am I really appreciate this
Yeah,
so Lokesh I
thank you.
request you to start
Yeah, hello everyone. Myself Lukesh, and thanks to joining our webinar Explore Scandinavia. I hope you all will get enough information and knowledge about Scandinavian countries. So when we talk about Scandinavian countries, first thing comes in your mind uh, is about their attractions, like Northern Lights, Midnight Sun, fjords, lakes, cruises, Santa Claus Village, snow, and there are so many. So unique thing about these countries are they have city life along with that nature. So which makes our journey very mesmerizing, delightful, and unforgettable. So in a single tour, you can experience cruise journey, city life, and nature. So with some of amazing sceneries. So today, what we will learn is what is Scandinavia. So Scandinavia is a region situated at the northern part of the Europe. Here you can see on the map. So where is it? Which countries are included? Nature and lifestyle, and what is there to explore. So on the next slide, you can see the map from India to Finland, and there is the northern part called Scandinavia. On the map, you can see this green part representing Scandinavian countries, which are Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Iceland. I hope you all can see the green part, right? Next,
Okay, here the interesting
let's
part about this part is that I guess you might have seen that this is quite a northern part. Means as a geographical nature here, geography is quite amazing. Where we have known for the midnight sun. Means in the month of June we have almost 24 hours of day, and the current month and the next month in the next month we have almost 24 hours of night. So starting from the the first week of sorry the last week of November till almost the third week of January, we have quite a long nights. Long nights in the northern parts, which is called Lapland, which is you can see located over here in this part. You can see that the nights are almost 24 hours night. We see the sun, and then as well as on the southern part we have for example in my city where I'm staying here, the nights are almost of the size of the more than 20 hours of night. So that's the interesting part about this. Please Lokesh continue.
yeah. Next slide, please. Yeah. So here we are starting from Finland. So Finland is beautiful and Finland have beautiful and fashionable capital city called Helsinki. Over 5.5 million population. Local language is Finnish language, and local culture is Sami or Finnish. Finnish people are there. So since 1918, Finland got independent from Russia and became top 10 most livable country in the world. In terms of technology and in terms of education, they are number one. So most popular game you have heard about Angry Birds, developed in Finland, and some well-known companies are from Finland like Nokia, Fiskars. So and city also known for its nightlife and pubs, cuisines, architecture, culture, festival, and metallic music festivals. Also the city known as city of lakes, because Finland having thousands of lakes and having low crime rate makes it biggest attraction globally. And very famous thing from Finland, sauna culture. And when you travel to Helsinki to Sweden, you also can have cruise journey, which gives you amazing experience of Finnish and Swedish archipelago. And let's see what Helsinki have to offer us. So in our slides, we can see this Sibelius Monument, rock Sibelius Monument. So one of the most visited sites from Helsinki um, is Rock Church, Tampere Church. It's known for its design and architecture. It was completed in 1969, and it is a hub for concerts and music festivals.
Yeah,
In our next slide,
just to add to it, Lokesh, this church is famous for its acoustics. So people come here, and there are many amazing orchestras, and the major concerts happen over here. And here you can see that it is carved out of rock. So you can't see here the actual cement walls, but these are the rock part. And on the top of this part, you can see a copper wire which can stretch up to 17 kilometers, which is round and round created together. And it's a copper floor has been created out of that. So that's why there the acoustics is quite amazing for that. So you are right, Lokesh, that it's famous for its audio visuals. Thank you.
yeah. And then the next one is The next one attraction is Design Museum, which represent the finished art like furniture designs, clothings, interiors. So 1,25,000 photos, drawings, and objects you can see over there when you are visiting the Design Museum. And on the next slide, we can see the Suomenlinna Island, 17th century beautiful sea fortress, which is used for battle during World War, and UNESCO World Heritage Landscape, which is very easy to visit by public transport, like ferry from Market Square you can take. And also there are museum and events in weekends. So you can have a very best moment, as we can see. And our next slide, yeah, that is called CNET Square, heart of Helsinki. So heart of city surrounded by Finlandia Hall, University, and National Library of Finland. So and there is, you can see a statue over there, which is Alexander II's statue. And this building is known for its neoclassical architecture.
Yeah, so I guess, for example, when we take the photo of India, let's say everyone starts with a photo of Taj Mahal. So similarly, whenever we take a photo of Finland or Helsinki, this is the first called as a white church with the major building which is there. It's known for its architecture. It's a Lutheran church. And the most important, this is the Senate Square, which is exactly in front of that. Most of the happenings as far as the social and democratic, as well as the most of the communist revolution started from this Senate Square. So this is quite a historical as well as scenic place. And all major concerts of the music or hard rock concerts, they also happen in this area. So, Lokesh, please continue.
Yeah. So our next part is Rovaniemi. Rovaniemi is the capital of Lapland, in the northern part of Finland, and almost totally destroyed during World War II. And today it's a modern city known for being the official hometown of Santa. So when you will on the visit of Rovaniemi, you can see Santa Claus Village and many more sightseeing places. City is easily accessible from Helsinki through overnight trains and day trains from VR train, and also domestic flight also available there. So which takes only 1 or 2 hours. So
I guess
for
one of the
sustainable,
interesting fact is that the Santa is known for its fairy tale and as well as but it's a actual character which has been created, and you can be able to see the official actual original Santa Claus you can be able to meet, and actually he talks to you on various issues, and because he travels, Santa Claus travels across the globe in many countries. So when you speak about India, then he can speak about many countries and many cities in India as well as many countries in Asia as well. And the before going to this part, there is something which is called as a interesting called Arctic Circle. So it's a geographic line above which the sun never sets during the month of June, and sun never rises in the month of December. So this is the part, and when you travel to this part, you physically uh, cross the Arctic Circle line. So I guess something is interesting over there. So Lokesh, please go ahead and continue with this part.
yeah. So as sir told, very crossing the Arctic Circle, which is very attractive activity for all age group of persons, like children to senior citizens. And for that you also get a certificate with Arctic Circle stamp. So and then you can see the pictures of people crossing the Arctic Circle. And In the next slide, you can see the certificate of Arctic Circle, which given by the government. And then next attraction is Renua Zoo. So near Rovaniemi, Renua Zoo is there. So 50 wild animals and 200 species of individuals we can see in Renua. Polar bear and wolverine is main attraction, and also the polar bears. Polar bear, what they do? They made snow caves to live, and um, and the most beautiful thing is northern lights from Lapland. So northern lights, also called as aurora or polar lights, which occurs during winter, and during winter near Arctic Circle areas. For example, Tromso, Kiruna, Rovaniemi, Sariselka, and there are so many places where you can find northern lights. So ways to experience the magical northern lights is like northern lights photography tour. Observe their magic when ice floating, or go hunting them by a car, by a snowmobile, or by a reindeer. So combine the aurora borealis with sauna experience. So if you are lucky, you will see the show of your life. So there are good changes to see the northern lights or clear lights from late August to early April. And now we will see the video in which you can experience the northern lights virtually. So as sir has told you, in the winter there are so much snow is over there. The temperature um, the temperature is uh, goes around minus 20 degrees Celsius in the month of winter. So this is how northern lights looks like. The amazing experience one can have in his life from Lapland. I think this is the most amazing, northern lights. Uh, so from Rovaniemi, other than northern lights, there are amazing and breathtaking activities we can see, like reindeer safari. You can see on the screen. Reindeer safari, and on the next screen you will see dog sledging. And then snowmobiling, ice fishing, and one kind of extreme sauna, like you can see here.
This all looks really beautiful, but I guess everybody may be thinking of, oh, it's so cold over there, it's minus 20 degrees, इतने ठंड में कैसे रहेंगे वहाँ? So in Finland we have a very good saying. We say that the weather is not bad, the clothing may be. तो यानी कि आप वेदर अच्छा ही होता है हमेशा, आप क्या कपड़े पहनते हैं इसके ऊपर ये है कि वो वेदर अच्छा है या नहीं। तो यहाँ हमारे बहुत ही अच्छे वार्म क्लोथ्स होते हैं, वी हैव क्वाइट वार्म क्लोथ्स, वी मेक श्योर दैट एवरीबॉडी इज सेफ एंड सिक्योर। And in our tours, we have the groups starting from the age 1 year of kid, up to 85 years of old person, or we don't call him as old because he was the youngest and most enthusiastic person I have ever seen. And at the age of 85 years, he was doing skiing, he was doing sauna, he was doing everything. And actually, to my fortune, actually, in the next webinar, you can be able to see interview of that person as well. So, like you can see, most of our customers, those who have traveled with us, they are of the age group of 55 to 75. That's the range in which they mostly travel. And then we have a lot of couple tours as well for the honeymoons packages and so on. Because I guess one of the important part, this Lapland got famous and Finland got famous because just last year we had got Anushka Sharma and Virat Kohli making their honeymoon over here actually. So I guess you can be able to see the real serene nature which is untouched, and it's mesmerizing. Yes, Lokesh, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Next slide is dogs, about dog sledging, and then next one is snowmobiling you can do over there, and then ice fishing, and then on the next slide you can see ice fishing. So and these are the activities from Lapland area. And the next one,
Yeah.
this is one kind of sauna in the Lapland area. They dig the snow and then enjoy the water
Yeah,
and the
so
sauna. Yeah.
practically, actually, the person who is here, he's sitting on the lake. Here, the lakes are frozen during the winter time, and the outside temperature is minus 20, but the water temperature is plus 2 degrees. That's why it's a water. So because of that, you can be able to bit feel warmer in the water for some time, and then you come out and then you go to the plus 80-degree sauna, quite warm sauna. Now the reason behind doing, if you do it maybe couple of times, यानी कि आपने सवना और ये इसे बोलते हैं आउटडोर स्विमिंग, ऐसे अगर वहां से 10 सेकंड ठहरना होता है आपको, you can do it only for 10 seconds and then come out and go to sauna, again go there, and if you do it 4 to 5 times, you sleep baby, यानी कि आप जैसे बच्चे की तरह सोते हैं, और next day we guarantee that you will get up in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning fresh, क्योंकि इतनी अच्छी नींद आती है आपको। तो हमारे यहाँ हमारा एक चैलेंज होता है, हमारे जब कस्टमर्स आते हैं, हमारे हम करते हैं, व्हेन वी डू वी चैलेंज देम दैट ओके एवरीबॉडी शुड हैव दिस एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ अवांतो। हमारे यहाँ जो बूढ़े होते हैं, बच्चे होते हैं, सब लोग ये अवांतो करते हैं, इसे अवांतो बोलते हैं फिनिश लैंग्वेज में। और ये जब करते हैं तो उसके साथ ही हम उन्हें बोलते हैं कि कल सुबह हम 6:30 बजे मॉर्निंग वॉक पे जाएंगे। तो सब लोग बोलते हैं अरे इतने जल्दी कौन नहीं उठेगा। मैंने कहा कि आप 6:30 बजे नहीं, आप 6 बजे मेरे साथ रेडी रोड आप हो गए। तो सारे के सारे लोग 6 बजे रेडी होते हैं। सो इट्स एन एक्सपीरियंस वर्ल्ड क्लास अपार्ट फ्रॉम द वर्ल्ड।
And there are some pictures of sauna, extreme sauna, we can say it. The next, and then you can see on the screen shampoo icebreaker cruise. So is a exciting activity from Lapland, near the place is called Kemi, on the border of Sweden and Finland. You can do this activity, and between month of December to March and mid April, you can do this shampoo icebreaker cruise activity.
Yeah, so basically, actually, because here the lakes do get frozen during the winter time, but also the entire sea, Baltic Sea, gets frozen. So Baltic Sea is a sea between Finland, Sweden, and as well as southern part of Germany. And on the other side, you can find the Denmark over there. So which we saw in the initial map. So many times the entire sea gets frozen, but you have to continue with the cruise. So this icebreaker first go in front of the cruise. It breaks the ice. It has high tension blades, and with a high cutting precision, it it goes through the. It can cut the ice which is of the height of the more than 2 meters. So if there is a 2 meters, almost like as height of a man, normal man, so 6 feet almost. So it can cut the ice within a few seconds. And normal speed of that is approximately 10 to 15 kilometers per hour minimum and 25 kilometers per hour at the speed. You can be able to see the icebreaker cuts the ice through the heavy, thick ice.
And then comes Sida Museum. It's, this museum located in Sariselka near Lake Inari, and which represent the local culture. Sami culture is there. So how they are surviving there. It shows their life cycle. Sida Museum, and will you can see a glass igloo hotel, which is made for experiencing northern lights in Lapland area. It's very demanding, and you have to book it 6 months before the departure dates.
Yeah. So Northern Lights itself is an amazing experience, but in that experiencing those Northern Lights in a very comfortable, warm igloo, and that has a glass roof on that. I guess you might have seen many of the videos regarding that. So this is very exciting. You can be able to have it. You can be able to have it, and you can be able to have the experience the Northern Lights experience by sitting inside your hotel, and you can watch it overnight. Now one important aspect about the Northern Lights, it's a geographical phenomenon. So it happens regularly, starting from September till March. Practically in the atmosphere, this experience is happening regularly. But since it's city lights are there or the bright sunlight are there, you can't be able to see it during daytime. That's why normally Northern Lights are seen in the night when it's dark and when you travel out of the city lights. So, and also you have to make sure that the weather is good. So what we recommend the customers, those who are coming for the Northern Lights, kindly allocate at least 4 days in the northern part of the Finland where we can be able to experience it. So that out of 4 nights, you can be able to have at least 1 or 2 times Northern Lights experience depending on the weather. Our success rate of the Northern Lights experience is more than 90%. And I can say this with my confidence. The reason because how we plan and predict the Northern Lights and how we are flexible when the Northern Lights tours are, that makes it a real experience. So हम क्या करते हैं कि हम जब नॉर्दर्न लाइट्स होते हैं, हमें प्रेडिक्शन होता है, उस शाम को हम कैंप फायर करते हैं और उसके बाद हम खाना खाने के बाद फिर नॉर्दर्न लाइट्स हंटिंग के लिए जाते हैं. So that's an experience that can be able to see through multiple experiences, and you should be able to enjoy this experience, and we will make sure that all the things are served in a real quality way for all of you. And all our tour managers are quite experienced. They know that how to predict and when to predict the Northern Lights, as well as the weather conditions are here are more predictable. You can be able to see it on the internet regular basis, how the weather will move on. This is another experience which is called Snow Castle, which is also in the place called Kemi. And then we can also visit this place called Snow Hotel. There is even Snow Church is also there. So I guess we can just pause for a couple of minutes for questions here. So that if because now we have covered most of the parts of Finland, we have already done one virtual tour of Finland. So if anyone is having quick questions about Finland, and then we can go to Denmark, and then we are going to Iceland, and so on, so on. So it will be a really amazing treat for all of you.
Hi,
Yes.
good evening. I
Good
have a
evening.
question.
Oh, okay. By the way, before say that, please introduce yourself. आपका नाम बताइए,
Okay,
हम सबको आपके
Myself, Nilesh Bansali. I'm from Devam Tours and Travels Private Limited, Pune.
Hi, yes, namaste.
Namaste. I wanted to plan some trip for my client for last week of December.
Okay.
So he wanted to go for 6 nights in Denmark and 6 nights in Finland. So just wanted to know the flight routing, the arrival departure, and how many days I should give Finland, and can I get these igloo stays experience for my client? He's coming with his children.
Okay.
So
Is it in the next month only? Is it in the next month only? Next December, miss? Or you are planning for
yes, coming December.
coming December? Okay. So I guess okay, to answer this question briefly, I will recommend you to 6 nights in Finland is definitely worth it, because you can have a lot of experience to be there. Denmark is quite on the south side. During that month, the next month, the Denmark will be quite dark. But at the same time, it will be very beautiful during Christmas time. So all it depends on at what time you would like to travel at that time. So you can discuss that part. But I will recommend to be there in the Christmas time, which is 24, 25th, 26th. You should be there at Santa Claus place in the northern part of Finland, which we just talked about, Rovaniemi. So that stay will be around 3 days, and then you can travel to southern part in Helsinki for two nights, and then you can travel from there to Denmark by flight or by cruise. You will have both the options of cruise and flight. And at the same time, you can, in between, if you want to visit Stockholm for 2 nights, that's also very scenic city, quite a yeah. And in Helsinki, Stockholm, there is a cruise, so you can be able to plan accordingly. And in Denmark, I guess the Copenhagen is a major attraction over there. And if they are going with the kids, then there is also Legoland, which is there. But now Legoland will be closed because it will be operating. The only thing that the outside rides will be closed because of the weather. So I will recommend around 3 nights in Copenhagen, 2 nights in Stockholm, and 2 nights in Helsinki, and 3 nights in Rovaniemi. That should be a good route.
And what about Lapland? What about Lapland?
Yes, Lapland. Actually, this Rovaniemi I told you about, which is called Lapland.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi.
Yes.
Hello.
And yes. Hi. And by the way, please get connected with us so that we can be able to help you more about this.
Sure.
Thank you. Yes.
Hi.
Question. May I know the name?
Yeah, this is Avinash from K-Line Holidays.
हेलो अविनाश जी, नमस्ते, बोलिए।
नमस्ते। अभी आपने जो मुझे जो प्रेजेंटेशन अभी आपने दिया है, इसके कोई प्रॉपर रूटिंग है कि मतलब वेयर वी कैन स्टार्ट एंड व्हाट इज द बेस्ट कनेक्शन, लाइक फ्रॉम हेलसिंकी टू रोवानिमी? I think there is a train connection also. So can we take the train route as well while we are taking a group, or how you recommend?
Yes. So Helsinki to Rovaniemi, there is an overnight train which is there, so which starts in the evening. There is a one train which starts at 6 o'clock in the evening, second starts at 9 o'clock, and third which is at 11 o'clock. And then you can be able to reach to Rovaniemi, which is 900 kilometer distance is there, and you can reach there in the morning at 7, 10, or 12 o'clock. So that's and traveling by train is also a good experience. Here the trains are quite clean, they are quite high quality and high speed as well, and they're comfortable. That's number one. If the number of days are less, then flights options are also good, so that you can travel in 1.5 hours from Helsinki to Rovaniemi. That is the second option which is there. And I guess these two are the most comfortable options. Also, you can travel by bus, but I will not recommend it for the mainly for the Indian travelers, because the overnight bus may not be able to comfortable, because next day morning you need to really go and see it actually. Something.
In that case, in that case, which place you recommend for a stopover in between, like between Helsinki and Rovaniemi? Which place we should have one night halt to cover by road?
But if you want to cover by road, then I guess you can be able to stay either way at Oulu, which is 5 hours,
Okay.
6 hours travel
Trial.
from Helsinki. So I guess that's, or otherwise in between this snow hotel, which is near Oulu. So which is approximately 5.5 hours or to 6 hours travel from Helsinki. You can have the overnight stay in the snow hotel, and then you can be able to continue to Rovaniemi.
You mean the page which is on screen right now?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
I have one more question adding to this.
Trial.
Like, if I have
Yes.
Rovaniemi, Helsinki, and the Finnish Lakeland.
Sorry. I guess there was miss, the audio channel was not clear. Can you please again repeat the question?
Yeah, if I have to add Helsinki, Rovaniemi, and the Finnish Lakeland.
Trial.
Yeah. Yeah, Finland
Hello.
actually means I answered this northern part of Finland, which is Rovaniemi itself is a Lapland, and then once you travel still this ahead, Inari, Sariselka, Ivalo, or Alta, which is in Norway part. These are all uh, the Lapland area. So this all is a Lapland experience. So
No,
Lapland
no,
is
no.
a country.
Sorry.
Lapland is a
I'm
country.
not asking about Lapland. I'm asking about Lakeland, like
Oh,
Finnish
Lakeland.
Lakeland.
Oh, sorry. I guess I could not hear it. Okay, Lakeland, which is the southern part of Finland, where I
Right.
started. The place where I am right now staying, which is called Tampere, where the Lakeland starts. And so practically, once you cross the Helsinki, approximately 70 kilometers from that, you can be able to see the lakelands. It's a beautiful places and beautiful lakes. And the lakes are as big as a sea. You can't see the other end of the lake.
Actually, I'm planning to add Lenansari National Park to it.
Yes.
And one resort. I'm not getting the resort, which is the luxurious resort on that particular site.
In the southern side.
Just a minute.
Yeah. Okay. So by that time, there was one more question which was there.
Yeah, Jarvisidan. The resort name is Hotel and Spa Resort Jarvisidan.
Sudan Haryu, yes, exactly. Yarvisidan or Sudan Haryu, actually. So Sudan, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
That is in Ratnapuri.
Yeah.
Ratnapuri, sorry.
Okay. So thanks for the questions. There was one more question, and then we can be able to. Yes, I will. Okay, there is a question about the midnight sun. By the way, I can hear some voice, so I guess can I request everyone to just mute yourself? Hello, can you mute yourself, please? So because everyone else can hear. Okay, about the midnight sun. So the midnight sun experience is a yes. So midnight sun experience itself is a quite is an experience where the sun do not set in the evening, and then it starts from the it starts wherein at around 10 o'clock you can be able to experience the sun. It goes down in the night at 12 o'clock, and after 12 o'clock it starts again raising up. So that's the real midnight sun experience. So you can be able to part, and midnight sun is just an activity which is there, but you can combine many other activities during the midnight sun. For example, once you go on the northern side, you can be able to see the bird safari. So bird safari, that a place called Nordcap, which is the northmost point of the earth. After that, there is a full sea till the northern part, North Pole. So you can be able to we go on the small cruise, and we go towards one island, which is not miss a human being can't enter on that island because it is specially for the birds. There are more than 4 billion, 40 lakhs birds lay their eggs during summertime, and you can be able to see 70 to 75 different varieties of birds over there. seabirds, on the seabirds, surface seabirds, including eagle. So if you can combine these multiple activities, including some sauna activities with midnight sun, then that's a real treat for everyone. So I guess this is a good question. I really appreciate these questions from everyone, and those who need any kind of help from us, we are here to help you out. And our the basic one line about the Finnish people and Finnish culture is honesty. And as at Intiamatkat, we also follow these principles, not only in the business but also in the normal routine life. The honest and clear, transparent business is the major part. So please feel free to contact us, and we are here to help you out. Great. So I request everyone again go back to the CC slides if you are already there, and then we will try to see some more interesting parts from Denmark there now. So
Hello.
yes.
Yeah, sorry, this is Avinash again. About my query, which I've asked for the Finnish Lakeland, how we can combine these three, Rovaniemi, Helsinki, and the Finnish Lakeland with Ratnasalmi.
Yes, very much. Yeah, because it's on the same line. So first you start from Helsinki, then go to Lakeland, come here in Tampere as well as in Ivaskula, continue with the journey, and then you can be able to travel to Kemi and then finally to the Rovaniemi. But okay, at what time in the month of December again for you?
No.
No. It should be because Lakeland is experienced in the normally in the summer time.
Summer, yeah. So I'm asking about summer only because if I have to go to Lakeland, it should be summer because there is no view in winter for the Lakeland.
It's not like that, but you are right that it is mainly the lakes are open during the summertime and they are really beautiful. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for the question.
Thank you.
Yes. So let's go to Copenhagen experience. I guess everybody knows Copenhagen because of multiple things, but one of the important things is a Little Mermaid. Yes, exactly. So everyone knows Little Mermaid about that part, but this is the one of the very scenic place called New Haven, which was earlier was a workers' colony, and now it's one of the most fashionable, modern, and most expensive street in entire Copenhagen, and it is called as a mini Venice of Scandinavia. And then there is this Tivoli Garden, which is the first of its kind garden in which you can be able to see the amusement rides. So it's a multi-thematic amusement park, and the equipments inside this museum, they are of 100 years old. So this is the first of its kind, which is the theme park. Lokesh, do you want to add something to this?
No, sir.
Yeah. And the famous attraction here is the Little Mermaid. Jeff Anderson was one of the famous architect, as well as there was a famous fairy tale about mermaid, and Jeff Anderson created this first monument, and this is quite a small monument. Once you visit over there, you will not find, oh, it's so small, but the major part is that the story behind this mermaid is quite fascinating, and this is kind of a national pride for Danish people. So you can see that many of the occasions of Copenhagen is known because of this statue of mermaid. Also, it is also infamously known also in many of the places. For example, if there are many protests has to be done, then
Trial.
yes. So they can be able to get the
Trial.
this part covered actually. May I know? I guess there is some kind of a music is going on, or so I request everybody to keep themselves on mute. Thank you very much. Yeah, so that's about the mermaid. And then which is a central palace, which is called as a Amalienborg Palace, which is, and there we have the change of royal guards. You can see the change of royal guards also in Sweden Palace, Sweden main palace, but also here in Copenhagen as well. At 12 o'clock in the afternoon, the shift, the duty of the royal guards change. So they have the royal parade over there. This is the National Aquarium of Denmark. It's quite a scenic and modern architecture building. And this is the Opera House. This is so Copenhagen itself is quite a scenic city, and you can be able to see the combination of modern structure with the history. And then this is famous for cycling. Holland and Denmark, these are the cycling cities. So countries. So mainly you can be able to see in Amsterdam, a lot of cycles are there, and also in Copenhagen, you will see that 40% of the people commute to their office by cycle. So quite a green city, quite a clean city as well. And this is the amazing attraction. I can tell you that it's an engineering marvel. It's called Oresund Bridge. This is not only a bridge. This total is 22 kilometers length, out of which 11 kilometer is a bridge and 11 kilometer is a tunnel. So first it starts, you can see here, that it starts with a bridge and then it goes down, and after some time it converts into tunnel. And tunnel is under the water itself. So it's an underwater experience. So welcome to Copenhagen and welcome to Denmark for that. And now we are going to visit another amazing land called Iceland. And I guess Iceland is getting famous since maybe 2016 because of one of the Shah Rukh Khan movie. Anyone can guess what was the name of the movie?
Dilwale.
Wow, good. Excellent. Yes. So I guess the highlight is that if you want to visit Iceland,
I come up with a. Sorry to disturb you, but can I ask one query? This is Avinash again.
please.
For
Please
Denmark. Yeah.
yes, please.
If in case, yeah, a few minutes back, one of our joinee has asked for a question for 6 nights at Denmark. So if
Yes.
in case any particular client come up with a query of 6 or 8 nights in Denmark, which all places are there to recommend apart from Copenhagen? I know one which is Aarhus. So Aarhus and Copenhagen I'm aware. Apart
Yes.
from this, any other place you could highlight on Denmark cities which you can add?
Sure. So I guess okay. So there are multiple themes under that. So next to Copenhagen, around 140 kilometers, if you have kids with you, then there is a place which is called as a Legoland. So Legoland is a
Okay.
place where you can be able to take the kids, and it's not only for the kids; it's also for adults, and you can have a real thematic rides you can be able to have. Then you can be able to travel towards the northern part of Denmark, called I guess there is a lot of background noise happening, so I cannot able to understand. Anyway, so the second part is called Aalborg, or it's called spelling is called Aalborg, Aalborg, which is here.
Aalborg.
And
Yeah.
yes, Aalborg is another coastal city, and it's a big city, historically very important. And there has been quite a great places which are around that. Then third point, which is on the eastern as well as on western coast of Denmark, you will find scenic beaches which are there. So beach are scenic. There are multiple sorts are there. And I guess another experience that you can be able to tell your customers is to travel with a cruise, which is called like DFDS cruise from Copenhagen to Norway or Copenhagen to Bergen, so that they can be
Right.
able to spend more than 6 nights in this entire experience.
Yeah, it's there from Copenhagen to Oslo, I think overnight.
Yes. Copenhagen to Oslo as well as Copenhagen to Bergen as well. Yeah, so I guess this is the quite highlights. Otherwise, there are many other highlights are there, which can be. But as far as the Indian customers are there, these are the 6 nights. These highlights will be sufficient for them.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So then let's go to the Iceland then. Actually, when it comes to Iceland, as I said, that everybody has this famous view of the Reykjavik city, and Iceland is also famous for its scenic and quite a small country with a less population, quite on the northern side, and most importantly, it is known for its springs, hot water springs, natural hot water springs. So there is a famous Rainbow Streets is there, and actually when you go over there, you can see this street is the most crowded street in this entire part. Yes,
Sorry, sir. Sorry to interrupt you. We have one video to show
yes,
all the members. Yeah.
yes,
So on the previous slide.
yes.
Yeah.
This one, yeah. Everyone, I guess, has seen this video. I guess.
There is a background noise from.
Okay, so I guess we can go through this at length, but then you can be able to understand that this whatever we discuss right now. Maybe I can be able to close this. Yes. So whatever we can be able to see right now, and these are the actual pictures from the what we have taken, and you can be able to see these are the real quality locations are there, and this is one of the largest famous hotel, Blue Lagoon, which is connected with the actual resort and which is connected to the hot springs. So I guess Lokesh, you can please go ahead and I'll be happy to.
Yeah.
Maybe I will drink some water in between.
Yes. So the Blue Lagoon geothermal spa.
Lokesh, do you want to say something?
Just one request. I think those who don't have this option of mute on your phone or laptop, you must be this symbol of mic. You just need to click on that. So you will mute.
Hello, Lokesh,
If
can
you
you hear
want
me?
to talk again, then you can unmute.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Please, Lokesh, continue.
Yeah. So the Blue Lagoon geothermal spa is one of the most visited attraction in Iceland. Situated approximately 20 kilometer from the Keflavik International Airport and 39 or around 40 kilometer away from the Reykjavik city. And so the warm water have minerals like silica and sulfur. So bathing in the Blue Lagoon, um, which helps to suffer from skin diseases like psoriasis. So this is what the mentality their people have, and the water temperature is around 37 to 39 degrees Celsius, and it's a man-made lagoon. Okay, so it is the world's largest lagoon Iceland have, and there they provide us a silica mud mask to apply on face, and then you can take a take bath, and which cost you around 55 euros with one drink, use of towel, and there are other premium rates also and retreat spa also there. And then the next attraction is Perlen Square. The amazing deck provides a 360-degree view of Reykjavik city and the surrounding areas. It's a must-visit sightseeing. I can recommend you because when you will be here, you can see you can see and feel the power of volcanoes, earthquakes, and geothermal energy, and also visit aquarium. Can visit aquarium, man-made glaciers, and ice cave exhibitions. So that's why it's a must-see place from Reykjavik, which is the capital of Iceland. And next, This is Hallgrímskirkja, is a Lutheran parish church in Reykjavik, which is the tallest building in tallest church in Iceland, and 74.5-meter height this church have. So this is the Hallgrímskirkja church, and it's known for its architecture. And then very famous long hair horses from Iceland. And then the most beautiful waterfall called Godafoss waterfall. When um, its height is around 12-meter and 30-meter wide it is. And when you travel to Vatnajökull National Park, you can see this Godafoss waterfall, which is very easy to travel from the city. And then Dimmu lava formation, magnificent and dramatic natural formation, Dimmu. And people says like it was created 2300 years ago. And then Krafla crater area, circular crater filled with blue water and surrounded by a geothermal area and colorful mountains. On the east fjord route, you can see this part, Krafla crater area. And then as Dettifoss waterfall, uh, which is I think Europe's most powerful and heaviest waterfall, which height is around 44-meter and 100-meter wide waterfall it is. On the Vatna Yukul National Park, you can see this place. And then Esbjergi Canyon. Esbjergi Canyon is 50 kilometer away from Husavik, from the northern part of Reykjavik. And then there is a mythology about this place. This place called as Odin's Odin's eight-leg horse calf hoof print, something like that. They told about this place because it's look like a horseshoe. You can see from the by the pictures. And then Esbjergi Canyon, Jökull Sarlon, Glacier Lagoon, which was created by receding of glacier. And it's 18-kilometer long, long and 250-meter deep lake. And you can have a boat tour also there. 30 to 40 minutes it will take. And you can see icebergs which are there since thousands of years. So it's a major attraction from Iceland and the best place for photographers and movie directors. So which I recommend to visit. And then next one is again the Glacier Lagoon. And then ice caves at Skaptafell National Park. So during the winter season, you can see this ice caves. And when you are on the south coast journey, you can find this place near Wick area, a place called Wick. There you can find this place called Derholi, next to the black sand beach. And in the next slide, we'll see the puffins from Derholi. And then the Diamond Beach. So right next to the famous Jokul Sarlon Glacier Lagoon, you will find a black volcanic sand beach. So where icebergs from the lagoon are dripped ashore and create the most magical setting. The blue, black, transparent, and white icebergs sit on the beach and slowly melt. So you can walk amongst them and see through many of them and play around them. It's a mesmerizing view for one.
Yeah.
So it's an art.
So I guess okay, one thing actually the means we all see this is a really amazing nature, but because of because of humans greed, and as well as the we don't take care of our own earth. uh, the temperature of the earth is rising, the global temperature is rising. That's why this most of the even this uh, quite a huge snowlands are also are melting. And so you may not be able to see this experience after maybe 30 years or so. So right now it's a good time to visit and at least see it. And the second thing is also to take care of our nature. As a part of Intiamatkat, we highly recommend and we take care of that not to use too many plastics things. We also recommend that we use the reusable water bottles. This not to save the money, but to save nature. That's our real honest request to everyone. Otherwise, after 30 years, our kids cannot be able to see this beauty. Please, Lokesh, continue.
And on the next, you can see the abandoned DC plane on Selhema Sandur. So it is a 1973 US Navy plane which got crashed at the Black Sand Beach. And now is the attraction for photographers, directors, and some Icelandiers also do marriage and engagement over there. So you can have a picturesque moment over here. And then a Black Sand Beach. Um, Sand beach is very coolest, and it's black sand, insane basalt columns and lava formations, towering cliffs and caves are there. So on the next slides you can see this basalt columns and caves, and have some pictures um, for your memories. And then a glacier. So it's one of the Iceland's most famous glaciers, um, uh, erupting once every 6 to 10 minutes, and its usually height is 15 to 20 meter. Although it can, sometimes erupt up to 40 meter height, and 100 degrees Celsius hot water, um, you know, uh, got sprinkled from this, glacier. So when you are on the golden circle, you can see this what hot spring, the great glacier called Steka Sordur at golden circle. And then
Yes, please continue.
yeah, and then you can see this Skogafoss waterfall is one of the biggest waterfall in Iceland, with a drop of 60 meters and 60-meter height and 25-meter width. Because the drop of water, a single or double rainbow created near this fall, and that's the beauty of this waterfall. So this is Skogafoss waterfall. On the next slide, you can see there's a double rainbows. Yeah. On the screen, you can see this double rainbows over there, and then Celia Lands Falls. It's again a 65-meter tall waterfall, and you can visit it through inside. This now on the screen you can see there's caves downside the waterfall, so you can see it from the inside. Yeah, and when we talk about Iceland, there are so many waterfalls. The waterfalls you have to see, and then staircase shaped waterfall on Hita River on the southern Iceland, and which is a very amazing waterfall and the most visited waterfall because of its staircase view, and you can see it from close to from very close. And then Gulfos waterfall, and then I will ask my colleague Sheetal ma'am to continue with the part of Norway and Sweden. And thank you everyone to listening me.
Yeah, so thanks Lokesh, it was excellent presentation. Thanks, I really appreciate your efforts, and you are really a hardworking colleague, and I'm really proud of you. Uh, uh, Before we start Norway, I can tell you one thing. Those who have visited Norway may be able to resonate with me. But one thing, if you think the Switzerland is a heaven on the earth, then Norway is super heaven. It's the most scenic thing. If I normally go to one place and again, maybe after a couple of times, then I get used to it. But there is a one place which is called Fjords in Norway, where even if you give me there for lifetime, I can be able to go there every day. So, so Norway is the place where everyone should. That's why we have put this presentation towards the last. So please have an experience, and I can be able to comment along with my other beautiful colleague Sheetal. Sheetal, please go ahead.
Okay. Hello everyone. Now we will visit the most important country in Scandinavian area, which is Norway. Norway is called the land of midnight sun. Also, there are many more places to visit Norway. You can see Lofoten Island is there, Nordkapp, Bergen, Flam, Orland, Alesund, Oslo. There are other so many places, but these are the main heaven in Norway. The picture you are seeing on the screen is of midnight sun. Midnight sun means at the night, means at 12 p.m. you can see the sun in the sky. Means and there is hardly dark for 1 to 2 hours. You can see at this point, which is called North Cap, you can see the sunset and sunrise in the span of 2 to 3 hours. It's in the extreme north, and the place is such a beautiful to go. On one right hand side, you can see the mountains, and left hand side the fjords is there. Like Norway is called also the country of fjords. Then you can also think what is fjords. Fjord means when the ice melt, the water come in contact with sea and forms a clean and deep clear water, which is called fjords. When we go to our next destination, the next is called Trolltunga Cliff, which Trolltunga Cliff. If you are interested to in some adventurous activity, then Trolltunga Cliff is the best one. You have to hike there for 27 kilometers. When we go to our next place, in next slide, it's called Orland, which is also a scenic journey, and through mountains you can go and see the climate, the nature, fjords, mountains at one place. When we go to our next destination, It's called Perkistollen hiking. It's in Stavanger. Like you have to walk there for 7 kilometers at least. And the wind is such a fast that you have to hold someone or something on the rock so that you cannot flow away. And if yes, this is the most adventurous place and this is a real scenic place to visit. When we go to our next destination in Norway, it's called Giranger Fjord.
Shital, I will just give a comment on this Pricklistolen part. So it's a 600, so it's a 700 feet straight drop rock, and you can really go at the towards the end of the rock. As Shital said, there is a hike for that, but the hike is very comfortable. Most of our travelers, those who come to Pricklistolen, Norway, we recommend them to visit this place. It's one of its own kind, and more importantly, there is I guess those who can be able to easily ride on this, we can walk on the Sinhagad near Pune. They can be able to do it very easily, so it's not difficult. So welcome, and you can be able to experience this.
When we go to the other place, Giranger Fjord, yes, Norway is a fjord, and through Giranger Fjord and many other fjords you can visit. It's you can use at fjords Hurtigruten. It's a ship where you can go through the fjords and explore and see the waterfalls at one end and the clean and calm water on the other side. When we go to our next fjord, in next slide, it's called Ramabian Railway. That railway becomes the more popular nowadays because a trip on this includes a railway bridge. You close to the spectacular nature between the Andersens and Dongdos. The Ramabian Railway is of near about 114 kilometers and it includes 32 bridges. And while going through such a railway, that railway stop at some point where you can see the beautiful nature, click a picture over there. Then when we go to our next destination, it's called Hurtigruten. Hurtigruten, it's a ship where you can explore the scenic nature in Norway. And you can explore basically in the month of May, June, July up to August. It's basically in summer.
Yeah, so actually the Hurtigruten is a cruise which goes across different shores in Norway, on the western as well as in northern Norway. So the cruise can go from minimum of 5 days of cruise, and it can go up to 22 days. So 22 days cruise is quite a long journey. It's quite expensive. But for most of our Indian customers, what we recommend is to experience the cruise at least once in the northern part for one night. So then we can be able to go through that. Or on the western side, there is also other cruise which goes from Flom to Bergen, and so that is also very beautiful and nice journey which you can be able to travel through fjords. Shital, please continue.
Yes, when we go to our next destination, there are also some fjords. We can say Nairoja Fjords and the Flam Railway. The Flam Railway starts from Oslo to Flam, Bergen, where in the picture you can see there is a river on one side and the mountains on other side. The windows of this train is such that you can step aside and see the nature. And the speed is not very fast, so you can explore, you can see, you can enjoy the nature as well.
Yeah, and I guess one of the interesting part about this Flam Railway is that one thing maybe when in 2004 when I visited Norway for the first time, I was amazed by the architecture and the engineering skills of the Norwegians. So in Norway, whenever there is a mountain, they put one hole inside that. They drill a hole and they create a tunnel out of that. And whenever they see a quite a heavy ravage, or there is a quite a heavy, quite a big deep valley is there, then they put one bridge on that. So in this way, when you travel from Oslo to Flom or to Bergen, there are more than 112 tunnels are there, small and big. And one of the biggest and longest tunnel of the world, which is goes for 24 kilometers, that is on this journey. So you can be able to experience a combination of amazing nature with amazing engineering skills. And this train is also combination of this engineering skills. This is the steepest train without cogswheels. So I guess those who have visited Switzerland and those who have visited the top of Europe, uh, uh, you can see that there is a last gradient which is there, and on which if you travel, there is a train which goes almost like on more than 12 degrees gradient is there, or 13 degrees gradient is there, but that goes on the cogswheels. There is a rack and pinion, this pinion arrangement is there, but here in this case they have created the slope in which is of the same gradient is there, but there is no gear mechanism is there. So it's a must-see attraction. And in between there is a very beautiful waterfall is also there, through which you can be able to experience the scenic nature of this area. Yes.
Yes, coming to our next destination, it is the Nairo Fjords. You can
So I would like
see
to add
this
one thing
video.
for the flame rail.
Thing from that. Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
I would like to add one more thing for the Flam Railway. In the journey, there was one point where there are some small waterfalls, and there is a particular stop for a Flam Railway. And there was a music which comes from a mountains, and then there are girls which are dancing on the top of the mountains, and it's a particular stop where everybody stops there for a Flam Railway. If I'm not wrong, if I'm at the right time.
Excellent. Very true, actually. So what happens that once we start from Flom to Murudal, in between there is a one stop where you have to get down. Everyone from the train gets down. The music starts. It's a created version, and then you can see even a magic that the girl starts from the right of the mountain, and then she goes on the other left side of the mountain within few seconds. So these two are the different girls are there. One goes down and one goes up, kind of thing. But you are right that that has a very amazing experience. They have created this as an end-to-end experience. Very true. Thanks for that comment.
Thank you.
Yes, when you go through the fjords through cruise, you can see such a scenic waterfall. And this video is just 3 months old when Heram sir is traveling with our land. And this is just not the one waterfall you can see. There are so many waterfalls over there through your visit through cruise. When come to our next destination, yes, our next destination is to visit Norway through Dovre Railway, which is a 7 hours of journey, and it starts from Oslo to Trondheim, and it also has a sleeping compartment because obviously it's a 7 hours of journey. So if you want night journey, sleeping compartment is also there. Then come to our next destination, Playa Stewart viewpoint. It's a viewpoint where you can sit, you can have snacks, you can see the cruise going through the fjords and all. Yeah, and when you put Norway in our Google map, it definitely shows these pics because it's famous for its viewpoint. When come to our next destination,
Sorry to interrupt. I would like to have one more point. Can you take it to the back slide?
Yes, sure.
Yeah. For this particular points, it's on a high top points where the view is possible only if the weather is clear, if it is not foggy.
Yes.
And one more thing, there was electric cars that runs in that region of Gerengar. That you can hire that electric cars and then you can take first stops over at the Fleafluet.
Yeah.
Electric cars is the best way to cover this mountain ranges if you are there for enough time for the Gerengar Fjord.
Yeah, exactly. So practically those are called e-mobile cars. Those are like
Mobile.
where one there are two people can sit one next to each other. It's quite a small car and it operates on the electric. They are also available in the Flom area, and as well as yes, right. Actually, these all fjords they get many times foggy because of the conditions where the even if there is a slightest air temperature drop is there, the entire fjords gets into the fog. For that, what we do actually, then we wait for a couple of hours mainly because of the we can check the wind direction, and depending on that, you can be able to after a couple of minutes everything gets clear. So I guess one hint while traveling in Norway is to have patience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, when come to our next and important destination, which is Oslo and the capital of Norway. You can see through this picture, it shows Vigilant, it's called Vigilant Sculpture Park. This park this park has included so many sculpture and it shows the emotions at every stage in our life. And this sculpture is made by a man who is blind, who cannot see he cannot see while making it clearly. So he wanted, and Oslo city helped him a lot. So he wanted to give to Oslo city, so that Oslo will become famous for that. And at the very last stage of his age, he started making this sculpture, which is which indicate all our emotions through this sculpture. Then next, coming to our next destination, which is Sweden. So Sweden is also famous for its architecture, design, museum, nature, and the best places over there in Stockholm, which is the capital of Sweden, Karlstad, Kiruna, Malmo. Malmo is such a city which connects to Copenhagen through Øresund Bridge, which already explained by Heron sir. Then come to our next visiting place. Stockholm. Stockholm is also called the capital of Scandinavia. Then come to our next destination. It's called Palace. It's a royal palace. And yes, already explained there is a change of guard ceremony at 12 noon. Yes, and Stockholm, Sweden is also famous for Nobel Museum. Yeah, obviously every one of you heard Nobel Prize. So it awarded in this museum in Nobel Hall, which is just in front of Nobel Museum. And you can visit Nobel Museum also, Nobel Hall, where up to now which people got that Nobel Prize, their certificate are hanging over there, and you can see their unique things from that Nobel Prize winner, which is hanging in Nobel Museum. Come to our next destination, which is the Karlstad. It's a small place.
One interesting point for the Nobel Museum, mainly for the kids. Once you go inside the Nobel Museum, the organizers or the coordinators at the Nobel Museum will tell you interesting history about different Nobel Prizes, and more than the prizes, the controversies on the Nobel are interesting. And then for the kids, they give one simple question papers, and you have to travel through Nobel Prize and this museum. and then you have to write those things, and then the kid get a real Nobel golden chocolate, which is golden Nobel medium, this medal. And actually most of the kids and even the adults would like to have that. That's why they really answer those questions very carefully. Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, this is a Karlstad. It's a scenic place and a small place where it's a serene and calm. You can enjoy the nature. Then come to our next destination, which is which is a museum. It's called Vasa Museum. Yes, you can see the picture. It is a ship, but this is not an ordinary ship because it took nearly 16 years to build. In Marathi, you can say it Yuddhanoka. But when it took 16 years to build and when it started sailing, at the 16 minutes it sank because of the heavy loaded weight for the war. And after 16 years, after 100 years, this ship has been taken out and the research is still going on. So why is it sink or why is it still in a pretty good condition? Though that ship is underwater for 100 years, and at the time of making that ship indicates their culture. Like you can see some picture of the army standing over there and all. So while visiting Norway, you can come up to many queries or many questions. What kind of food we have? So obviously you can enjoy our Indian food also there. The cuisines in Norway itself. So these are some pictures which we provide to our client if they have particular vegetarian, non-vegetarian preference. Yes, coming to the next point, that is transportation.
Yeah, okay. One point, just for the benefit for my all colleagues, is that we do provide Jain food. We had Jain customers in like we have served many of the tours for Jain, and for that we have provided Maharashtrian food, Gujarati food, Rajasthani food, everything which can be provided, even in the northmost part or even in the Norwegian part where the normal restaurants are not there, but we have the provisions of creating those foods and making those foods by well-known chef here. So on the leftmost side, you can see that in the northern side, which is called Lofoten Island, we had created misal pav, including rassa and everything. We enjoyed it at that time. Okay, so question is that in Iceland also too we can have the Jain meals. So answer is yes, partly yes, if we can be able to order them in advance. The only thing is that in Iceland, the Reykjavik is a place where you can be able to get the Indian meals, and actually we have quite a good contractors over there who manages them. The only thing that when you travel to the outside Reykjavik, then the possibility of getting the Indian food is less, and so we can create some other options. We have different options by which we can be able to have the parallel food for that. So I guess that's answered the question.
Yes, coming to our transportations, we definitely take care of our customer so that their journey will be comfortable. So we have to cover most of the places in Norway. So we'll take care of customer. What kind of preference do they have in transportation as well? Then coming to our next point in
Yes,
next slide.
the point is that Sheetal, just one point here, that this just to show that we do group tours, of which the minimum size is of 30 people group, and the maximum size is of 45, because we then hire a large coach of 55 seaters. And then also we do take care of mainly in the northern part of Finland or northern part of Norway. We do take care of the customer groups of the FITs, like free individual travelers, as well small groups of to 6, 12 or 18 people group. Also we do take care of that, and we provide comfortable cars for them for their journey. So you can be able to see that how they are comfortable here. They are very high quality cars are there. And then I guess all these services we do take care of them, of the flight booking ourselves, as well as we have a large network of the travel agents, those with whom we collaborate, and we are really proud of their work. So many of them have already joined here actually. So we do provide, and we also and actually we have most of the services like visa, insurance, and the flight bookings are done by our local travel agents or travel networks over there. So you are welcome to ask more questions or more queries on that. We are also planning to have one-on-one session with all the travel agents. I myself will be traveling to India in the next month, along with many of the travel associations. So we have common meetings planned, and we have some strategic planning which is underway for helping the business to business deals. So those who are interested, please get in touch with Mr. Lokesh, and he can be able to arrange the meetings for the future programs. And this is quite an exciting time for our business as well. So with this part, my Shital colleague, Shital, is saying thank you to all of you.
Yes, thank you guys.
Yes, thanks a lot. And on behalf of my entire Intiamatkat team, I really appreciate there is a still, I can see there are more than 22 participants, those who have started, they are still here and you are interested. That means this destination is really interested. And I guess I'm getting comments that thank you, it's a pleasure. I really have the pleasure of being with you. So yes, exactly. So practically all the slides are available on our website. So you can just you can be able to download it, or you can be able to just embed it over there. You can be able to find the embedded slides over there. And more importantly, for us here, the business wise, just let me assure you on the part. When we operate for the business to business deals, actually we have the white label solution as well, whereas our front end travel agent can be able to create its own packages, and we support those packages from our end, and you can be able to be assured that the customer will stay with you, and we will just provide the services from our side. And actually in this group itself, you can ask for the recommendation, as well as I can be able to give the list of travel agents with whom we are working, and they have quite a good experience working with us, because I'm sitting here in Finland and we have quite a small team back in India. The reason, because we want all of us to work together. Yes, excellent, sure. So with this information, I really thank you everyone, and we can be able to discuss this further. And if any questions are there, we are happy to answer now, or also offline. Please send us comments, and we are happy to help you out. With my team, thank you very much. And now we are closing this part. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.